Here are 25 tips and tricks you need to know for the next time you play Fall Guys. Number 1. Here in Ski 4, many people wait for the white or gold ring so they can get more points, when actually it's quicker to just go through the first rings you see. This can prevent you from getting hit by packs of people and can result in you qualifying quicker. Here you can see me come first using this tip. For this trick, most of the time when you hit the ground after a steep drop, many people ragdoll. To stop this, all you need to do is spam your jump button to prevent that happening, and that can actually save you a few seconds. For this tip, if you line your fall guy with the arrow as you can see right there, it will guarantee you to not hit any obstacles on your way down, as you can see right here. For this tip, if you encounter any yeeters, what you can do to always hit it is when it is in the hit position, as you can see right here, that is when you go up to it and jump, resulting in a perfect yeet, saving you from elimination like it just did for me. For this tip in dizzy heights, what you can do to get in a lead is make a path, as you can see me doing, by cutting through the different plates. For some this may be hard, as you may be in a pack of people. In that case, you should jump every time you go through a plate and you should be fine. Another tip on dizzy heights is that when you're at this part, if you pan your camera up and look at it carefully, you can see that the plate at the end is rotating clockwise. In this case, you should go to the left side, as you can see me doing here. And if it's moving anti-clockwise, then you should go on the right side. For this trick in Party Promenade, when you're coming to the end where you need to get a hold of a trapeze, most of the time your character ends up standing upright and staying still, as you can see right here. What you can do here is, as soon as this happens, dive and grab the trapeze. Most people think you can't grab anything once you dive, but for a trapeze you can. For these two tips, if you are a bit late to qualify on slime climb and it's this variation, what you can do is just stay at the edge or the blue part and none of the balls will hit you. And the second tip is that if you're waiting for a time to move ahead to the finish line, if you wait for the ball to release, as you can see here, this is the best time to run past the cannon, as there will be a delay for the person pressing it. For this tip at the start of Party Promenade, when you go to the first pipe and you're in the air, move your joystick towards the yellow tube to give you a lead in the game. Most people don't try this as they think they won't make it, when it's much easier than you think. For this variation in slime climb, what most people do is jump straight up to the yellow tubes and just walk along here and around, as you can see. Most people forget that you can also jump again to skip another layer and give yourself a lead. At the start of Speed Circuit, if you don't want to get hit by the hammers, all you have to do is when you come to this ledge is to not jump off it or anything like that. Instead, just keep your joystick moving forwards and move your fall guy in between the hammers and you will never hit them. For this variation in Roll On, if you don't want to get hit by the hammers, all you have to do is stay at the edge of the platform. Most people move to a different platform, putting them in more risk and slowing them down. In Track Attack, instead of going from one tube to the other, you can skip one tube entirely by jump and diving off the first set of tubes. At the start of Bubble Trouble, if the bubbles are behind you, you should always enter the area from the side, as everyone else enters from the nearest entrance, resulting in no bubbles being caught. This is the same for any spawn of bubbles in an area. This tip helped me come first, as you can see here. For this tip in Freezy Peak, instead of waiting for the punching bags to go back to default, what you can do is just jump and dive past the springboards. For this trick, when you're coming to any fan, what you should do to go high quickly is when you jump normally to get to the fan, press the jump button again as soon as your character hits the fan. If you want to grief people in Jump Showdown, make sure that you are not the first person to get hit by the tube, and make sure they are ahead of you when you grab them, making them the first to get hit. At the end of Tundra Run, when you get to these fans, if you stay at the edge of the platform, the fan will never have any effect on you. For these 3 tips on hoverboard heroes, if you get on this rainbow, you can jump straight onto the end platform, avoiding any hassle. So the second tip is that if the bars are moving left to right, all you need to do to avoid these is to just stay on the edge, as you can see me doing right now. Many people didn't know this and died, leaving me with 2 other people in the final. The third tip is that when you come across these fans, all you need to do is, as soon as you jump, push your joystick to the front and dive. For these two tips on Tundra Run, regardless of what variation you get here, it will always be quicker to go from the sides as you won't be on ice and you won't ragdoll as much. The second tip is when you get to the fan, if you jump and wait less than half a second then dive, you will be boosted far up to the punching cloth as you can see here. For the last tip, most people know that you can jump between hexagons, but what most people don't know is that you can actually jump and dive on each hexagon to save you even more time. This takes a lot of practice, but once you get the hang of it, then you should be fine. And that was 25 tips and tricks that you could use in Fall Guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video as this took me over 3 days to edit and release this using Share Factory on PlayStation. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe and especially comment what you want me to do next. Anything would be appreciated. So that's me and I'll see you guys in the next one.